Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CM Trading. Today's October 7th, 2019, and today is Monday morning. So looking at the major economic events today, just one event coming out later today, 7 p.m. out of the United States. Fed Chairman Powell will be speaking. Now, this is on the back of last week's NFP. And taking a look at the Forex markets, it's been quite quiet. The market seems like it's taking a breather. We'll take some analysis of that as well. But looking at the Dow Jones, we gained over 800 points last week from this positive NFP from a low of 25,500-ish level and 6,500, 400-ish level. And progress with trade talks with China is propelling the market a little bit higher, but will that continue? That's the major question. Now, looking at the commodities, gold and oil pretty much unchanged. But lastly, looking at the stocks, and we took a look at Microsoft last week. We were trading within a range of bound off its support. However, Apple seems the one that is leading the pack higher, close to its all-time highs. We're going to take a look at that as well. But let's see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're taking a look here at the Euro USD at a 4-hour chart. You can see not much doing with the Euro USD. We've been trading between 109.85 on the upper end and 108.84, which is pretty much an 100 pip range, okay? And it's been very, very choppy. However, we do look like we're hitting that top of the range right now as we're looking into this 109.85-ish area. So if we do break down, we may see it actually turn on the downside right here. Now, really what's propelling this market right now is mostly news, okay? If we look at GBP USD, same story. It's not really very strong, as you can see here, just trading below its resistance line, previous resistance line, and not really doing much. However, if we do build some momentum on the downside, I think we could sell off going into the next week or so versus the dollar. The question is is it going to remain strong, or is it going to turn on the okay, this time of the year? But looking at gold right now, it's trading steady, 1506 for now. I mean, we did sell off quite sharply last week to 1456 as we hit, on the Dow Jones on the high side. Gold took the inverse relationship as well, and we're seeing this continuously happen. Okay, the Dow Jones, every time the Dow Jones goes up, gold goes down. So it's really the egg and the chicken between these two, but not one being the leader versus the other one. Okay, they're really trading in tandem. They may be even taking some turns in who's the leader between the two. Okay, so keep an eye on this later today. I mean, this may be an up and down, upside down, excuse me, head and shoulder. That would be one shoulder. That would be the second shoulder. So if this does break down on this side, especially if it breaks 1500, I would imagine we'll get back down to the 1480-ish level, okay, as we continue trading here. Now, looking at that Dow Jones, okay, this has really been a major play because this really capitulated last week down to 25,700-ish level, okay, and then rallying all the way to 26,566-ish level, and now gapping down this morning 100 points at 26,437. So with that said, okay, if there's not going to be a continuation in this rally on the upside, I do imagine that we'll go further down. Okay, that's still a possibility, okay, as we enter now. However, looking at the stocks, this is why it's so difficult. Not everything took up last week. Okay, if we look at Microsoft, it did gain some momentum last week, but it's not breaking out higher. Okay, it's trading at 137, just below this 138 upper range of this trading range. Okay, we did mention this last week from 133 that it was going to possibly sustain this area and then rally off of it, and it did. Okay, quite sharply, quite nicely, 137. But the question is that is it going to continue? Okay, that's the major question on the table. I'm looking at Apple trading at 226 and just shy from our all-time high of 230 by $4. Okay, so this is really coming very close. I would imagine everything else to do as well, especially since these trade talks are actually in momentum right now. Both China and the United States want to resolve it. They want to get back into business. They want to see business flourish. And so that's something to consider as we enter this week's trade. Okay. Lastly, looking at the bank stocks, we're going to just jump into the JP Morgan. It's not trading by its all-time highs. Okay, so this is where the market actually taking a rotation, where JP Morgan, which was making all-time highs right before this massive sell-off in the Dow Jones, okay, was trading at 120 when the Dow Jones was trading at 27,000, but not breaking higher. But JP Morgan was breaking out higher. So like I'm mentioning right now, it's taking a rotation. Okay, Apple's now breaking out higher, which is a major company in the United States. Okay, and so is JP Morgan, but they seem like they're all taking rotation as to what's breaking out higher when. Okay, so again, it's a little bit difficult market to trade because not everything is trading in tandem, but there is some momentum. Okay, so if there's not so much momentum in Forex, there is in stocks and indices. You just have to refocus yourself. This is Fred Razak, and I wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.